2 games in the books and 4 more to go on the day here before the top 10 teams will be calling themselves PEL Contenders Phase 3 participants, of course. And you gotta be scared, no matter who you are. I mean, if you're up against powerful, I mean, especially if you're bottom 6 team, right? That is essentially the cutoff point.
Yeah.
You just want to land opposite of powerful at this point. I mean, wherever powerful go, if you see them in a kill feed, just run the other way.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, you look to avoid them at absolutely all costs unless you can get that kind of single frag, that single kill off. But even then, as a 3-man team, we saw it in the previous game, it's not going to stop powerful. They are an army. They are an army ready to take any person down that they can. But yep, game 3. Let's see where these teams land. Let's see where their circle is.
Island circle. No, I'm just kidding. That's only you and James who does all those rude things. No island circles for me necessarily.
Island circle.
Enviik, they're gonna go back down towards Shimasera, and seems like there's a bit more of a split between teams this time around. Last game was very clustered in the game before, even more so, but this time around a little more breathing room. For the most part, of course, the plane was a little more doable, and well, we're going out west. For those of you guys who don't know, the guitar-looking formation on the western side, or half guitar, I guess you can say, is inaccessible land. So wherever you see that shadow run down on the western side of the map, that indeed is inaccessible terrain.
It's the very same as essentially water, so to speak. But just to give the viewers at home a bit of an idea, now you can check out the leaderboard and all the stats yourselves by going over to the PUBG Europe website and checking out all the standings or exclamation mark leaderboard in chat to try and find a link. But to give you an idea, we have SEEKORG in last right now. We have 4K in 15th, Enviik in 14th, Futbolist in 13th. Simply Simple have climbed the tables up to 12th.
That's
PKD
impressive.
in 11th, and Inside Games are in 10th, but they're all very close from a points point of view. And yeah, Simply Simple in particular have definitely made waves today.
Yeah, they need to keep doing so. I mean, 4 games still to be played, and they're not safe just yet. So they need to keep on playing, keep on progressing if they want to make it into contenders.
Like they're 9 points from 10th place. But you know, every single game we could see a team do well. That's kind of 9th and 10th. They could do badly. So
yeah,
like for Simply Simple, considering how not so impressively they performed up until now, today to pull out these games has just been a huge shift, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. 4 Kings though, stage 1, they performed fantastically, but stage 2, I don't know what's happened to them, Toby.
Well, I mean, the longer in the run we get, the harder the competition gets, and maybe that's what's been taking a toll on them. And I mean, that's the thing with PUBG, right? There are so many factors that come into play.
True.
And could just be that they aren't, just one of those days where it just doesn't click the same way that it has done in other days. The only thing is that it's not a leak, it's not a 40 game thing here. You only have today left to play, only 4 more games, and well, either you're gonna make it or you won't.
Yeah, and that's when, especially when you have 6 games in one day, right? And we talked about it yesterday of how some teams, some players can possibly kind of, I wouldn't say tilt, but they lose their focus. They can't.
You can get frustrated for sure.
So much you can get frustrated, yeah. So maybe that's kind of partly what's happened to 4 Kings. And it hasn't helped reset coming into today's games. But Enviik, they're in 14th place again. They need a strong performance. Again, they just want to get into the top 10. Noki is going to look for the first frag of the day.
Yeah, he saw Flammy jump out the vehicle. Unfortunately, Flammy managed to dodge all those bullets coming his way. Noki is going to run back down, understandably so, because he doesn't know if there are more vehicles coming up his direction. So play it smart, play it safe, get the hard cover, and chill down there.
But then also Flammy isn't exactly aware of how many members of 3D Noki might be there, so he's also playing it safe himself.
You could argue that both of them played that really well. Get that first couple of bullets off, Flammy immediately get away from there. Don't run up, you know that Robin is coming in a moment, and wait for the help to come your way. Exactly.
Just perfect play by both for now. However, you can't help but think that Noki might end up being flushed out if Robin and the Enviik player do decide to push a little bit more forward. But Yeah, interesting to find out.
That game's driving further forward. Asriel trying to see if he can spot him through. If you guys remember, German players in Toland's Lions a little while back. Asriel was one of the guys playing back then. Great team at the time, and well, I'm here. Glad to see him back in the mix here, and hope for him and the guys in PKD that they can find themselves a spot into the contenders.
So what I love about casting with you is that you have so much history, so much knowledge of these players that I'm learning so much. And also that's what I love about casting these games and casting kind of the lower stages is that I'm learning about these players that might in the future find themselves in the pro league, and I can kind of go, yeah, I casted them when they were in the open contenders, when they were fighting for that spot.
I casted them when they were still in beta.
There you go. Yeah, and I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that.
Exactly.
Show your age, though, Toby. Show your age.
In any case, eXtatus from one rough game to another, potentially to a third in a row now. They didn't get anything going on the late rotation last game, and this time around it seems like the early game rotation is what's keeping them at bay here. Not going to be easy for them at all for these two players in Hockey and Reggie to get out of there.
Yeah, they've thrown the smoke grenades. At least the vehicle's blown up, so they're not going to take that damage. But with Azrael and the rest of the PKD team, knowing that they're there, it's just going to be a matter of time.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get out. Fortunately, double and Cater, and they do have hard cover in the compound. So, and with the smokes being thrown forward, seems like they might just be able to get on out from their Hockey. Up the hill he goes. Reggie is spotted in the open. Somehow they did for the scare.
Man, there's also MJ-Esports on the side note. We're firing from distance. So that was something that I can't believe eXtatus actually survived in that. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised.
They did manage to make it out of there, though. Fortunately so. Still 4 guys alive, but all pretty much condensed to one single building, and I'm not even sure they have a vehicle to get away from there now.
No, they actually don't. They're a little bit kind of pinched. So for now, they're just kind of better off waiting, right? And hope that neither PKD or MJ push them with a bunch of grenades. But Futbolist, let's see what they can do in this game 3.
Well, I mean, they got themselves a win in the first one, and there's always a chance of multiple wins for some of these teams that, well, we might not be expecting too much from them, but they still every now and again manage to pull off decent performances. They did Futbolist that when we casted the contenders have some games where we completely counted them out, and then out of nowhere they come up and rag up pretty decent kills and wins as well.
True, but that's where I feel just consistency is so important, where I mentioned that there's a number of teams that have scored in every single game. And when you're able to do that, yes, they might not be the highest scoring games, but it just helps with your mentality, helps with your confidence, and just, you feel like you're going to be able to get something out of every single game.
Grishka trying to run around, get himself into a better position, maybe get over on the other side of the compound so he can hear the steps and kind of pinpoint exactly where in the building the guys are positioned. And also maybe what he wants to do here is allow for Higgy, Manny, and Phosphor to kind of draw the attention towards them, and then he could play that kind of spoiler position in all of it.
Yeah, I just don't think 4 Kings, the Higgy, Manny, and Phosphor are kind of that close enough to do that. But either way, as they will move forward. But this circle is shifted eastwards, Toby.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, we go away from the hillside. It's it's always horrible when you get all the way over there with the very horizontal going mountain lights. Oh, huge spots out Grishka from a distance.
No way.
Always difficult when you have all these people coming in, and huge flanking. The flanker works out. Didn't get him knocked, but at least applied some damage.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Huth, and we mentioned him as being the one that is consistently there to do the damage, to get the knockdowns, to get the frags for Futbolist. But one wonders, is he going a little bit too far away from the rest of the team?
I was thinking that too, that I like the flank and I like the idea of pushing around, but they're all of a sudden from being all 4 together split extremely thinly. So So hopefully the commitment to that fight will end up in a disengagement. But now Hugh, you can see he's being shot at, and he is gonna go down. Grishka finds him with a little bit of help from the back. MJ, and I believe it's PKD shooting up towards him. All of them are trying to fight to get the flush, and mean, you rude kill stealer.
Oh, I feel loved. It feels bad for Grishka Power.
He just sprinted in the end. No, my kill, and then he lost it.
Now the good thing for Four Kings, well, okay, though, not the bad thing for Four Kings, but the fear is that now the likes of MJ and PKD know whereabouts they are. But the good thing is that they also know the Futbolist are down to 3 players, so they might be able to crash our compound a little bit more confidently.
Well, Powerful seems like they'll want to make their way back down towards Picardo. Should be able to get a pretty safe rotation in on towards the eastern side of the circle here. Only a setback could be getting out of Picardo if other teams are positioning themselves in the compounds on the west side of it.
YMCA 2 games today. So far, they've only scored a total of 2 points. Woo! Considering they're a team with the most chicken dinner so far in stage 2, it's definitely not what they'd want to pull out in the final.
And they also had a pretty tough game, a pretty tough set of games yesterday. So weren't really able to get a whole lot going. So everything they've been able to accumulate so far has pretty much been banked on day 1.
Pretty much where we saw them get 3 chicken dinners out of 4 games. And Futbolist, they have managed to reposition as a last crew. They're taking shots off from Airwaves.
Yeah, Mocha already gone down, aka Skills. Well, that smoke didn't pop soon enough. Emerus is gonna find him, and Airwaves once again.
Oh wow!
They're finding themselves kills in the early game. Time and time again, and we keep talking about it, but that's because it's worth mentioning the fact that every single game, if you can get those couple of kills early, especially when it's in situations where you don't really have a risk of taking casualties, keep racking them up.
Yeah, and I know last crew are somewhat safe in the overall positions for now. Going out in 16th place is definitely not going to help their cause, and it's not going to help their situation. But this phase 3 shift, it goes back up northwestwards.
Montenuevo circle, and the interesting thing with this one that you maybe cannot really tell with the whole map layout from 3D Max down to MJ-Esports is just a huge open downhill slant. It is a scarce area with very minimal cover, and that's why you see no one sitting there. And that's the center of the circle, meaning that the guys that are on the edge currently, normally they'd be pushing further center with the new shift, but because there's nothing to take, it means that they're going to stay edge and then force all the guys that are now trying to make a way into the circle, well, to fight for it, because there's not going to be anything up for grabs for free.
Yeah, we could see people like little minions as SEEKORG find a member of MilkyWay's String surrounded by SEEKORG.
Trying to get an angle on towards something. He hears all the steps outside, and he's down around half HP. Ooh, here's multiple steps. A lot of info can be provided, and a lot of damage can be done off-string. Gets down the first one, spots out number 2 as well, and that's going to be one more down. Great play and great anticipation and patience, most importantly, for off-string to reveal his position too soon and do the damage needed on towards the gang and SEEKORG.
Oh, he sees him. He spots him out. He takes a little bit of damage. However, all the while, MilkyWay, the final members of their team, are just shutting down SEEKORG, and it's only Barless left.
Yeah, SEEKORG has not had a good time whatsoever. Every single time they've had something just slightly going in their direction, other teams have been there to tear them apart, and this seems to be a repeat of everything we've seen so far.
Yeah, we only saw that one game where they really held that compound on their own and they pushed out 2.5 squads. Whereas every single game other than that, they just have fallen apart little by little. It's not what we're used to seeing from them, considering even though they didn't get through Contenders Stage 1, but you know what they can do.
Palos gonna go down and out. SEEKORG taking out a MilkyWay, securing more points. That's gonna help them solidify a spot potentially in the long run if they can keep grinding the way that they are right now. Good games coming in their way. 2
members of Powerful against 4 members of Huge Potential.
I think they're all 4 there. Yeah, they're all 4 there. They're just split on each their side of the
Okay.
of that uphill valley thing. I need to Google like more geography terms in the aspect of like rocks and rock formations.
Right? Yeah.
There's gotta be like really individual names for all of it.
Of course. On a side note, I was always terrible at geography, so I absolutely suck when it comes to that point of view. But Sampula finds a knockdown on the Hawk, and the frag is secured.
Yep. Sneaking his way forward, giving the info to his teammates, gonna make things a little easier, but of course not completely done and dusted. We talked about YMCA just before and the points they want to get here because they cannot. I mean, even though that first day was absolutely fantastic, it's well, I mean, it's not guaranteed just yet.
Nothing is guaranteed in life, my friend. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till Fat Lady sings. There's 3D Max right there, so it's 3 teams in one small area as Mackin just tries to drive him away.
You know what the only thing in life guaranteed is?
What?
That it ends.
Call me sadistic, you know.
Well, for Enoch, that might be the case sooner than what he would have wanted it to be. Hawkey's going to try and get around and help him, but I'm not sure if that is going to be a possibility at all. Powerful. 0 kills so far, but we know the 16 to 20 minute mark, that's when they start doing their fracking, and that's going to be the second knock coming in for them, and they're continuing to push forward.
You said all these teams want to avoid Powerful. I think Huge Potential are kind of turning and going, we should have avoided them. However, Norcus gets knocked down. Enviik from a distance.
Yep, from a far distance too. They want to get in third party in this one. If they can take down Powerful now, that should be, I mean, confrontations later that will be easier to handle potentially. Hawk does get finished off, but as we can see, Morpheus and the guys, they are indeed still being pressured.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter if it's a 3-man Powerful team. They'll still push forward. They'll still put a team under pressure. However, Norcus will be able to revive, so they still are a 4-man team.
Staying put at least for now, but there's still plenty more engagements to be had. Ooh, that made us on the money. So there's nice little angle there. Here's the steps. Hurt the steps, backs off, and goes back inside the building.
Yeah, that was another grenade thrown a little bit too low, but he gets another knockdown onto Morpheus and a frag secured.
Well, this is trying to hold the angle here, and he's doing well out of it. Elrain coming around the side to help, got himself one knocked up, but now he's starting to realize that many more people are coming in to join the fun here. Soltis gonna spot out Ghost Star. Yep, does get the angle, but Marcelik is able to stay alive in all of it and get himself the first hit off.
Well, seems like Powerful squad fight to lose. They are actually starting to lose it. However, Zolters does go out. Alrain is down to half health as Enviik just come in and go, okay, we're going to get this squad wipe. We're going to secure the frags, and now Powerful are just going to look to run away.
Yep, they need to get the hell out of there. They heard all the steps, and honestly, for Enviik, this is 2 points to be accumulated, and they have to know that more people are still around.
But Enviik have also got to realize if somebody could pull their own strategy out there, right, they could easily look to join in on the front, so they're going to want to play a little bit careful. But I also feel like they should be pushing forward, that every second counts, right? You don't want to let Powerful heal up too much. And yes, they're repositioning, but again, take the fight into your control.
See Robin and Flammy looking for those players, but Ghost on Marcelik ain't gonna have it easy. Rocks from a distance trying to spot out one of the Airwaves players. But, well, I think he's gonna go down to the blue here. Unfortunately, that one booster take, no, just a split second off. Unfortunately, Simply Symbol, despite having some good games earlier, gonna go down in 13th here.
Okay, so talk about this circle. Talk about this phase that has just been exposed, Toby. Our eXtatus looking in a strong position. Our PKD looking in a strong position. They both hold compounds.
Well, eXtatus, they are sitting pretty well in it as we speak. They've had some rough games earlier. And keep in mind, that was their very first phase rotation that forced them into that building. They were not in a good position. The vehicle got blown up, and they were looking like they were going to go down and out early. But now, well, with some circles gone their way, they're well in it. MilkyWay on the flip side. Zoom! Holy cow! Tearing YMCA to pieces.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Coming in strong. He's on a tear right now as 4 Kings. They are looking to somewhat third party decided MilkyWay. They do get one knockdown. There's also MJ-Esports in here. However, PKD surviving against Inside Games.
Flying into his face, that didn't do any damage. Unfortunately, MJ trying to stay alive here. Pixelic, I think, is the only guy on the other side of the road now. That engagement and push on towards the compound. Well, I mean, they tried. They tried. Let's put it at that. Didn't really work out the way they would have wanted it to. And well, Pixelic, I think they know where he is, and I'm not seeing him getting to cross this road anytime soon.
There's also Futbolist, quite close to him. Also on the side of the road that Inside Games are. So yeah, Pixel is not looking good right now.
See Wago trying to land shots down towards Zoom. Fortunately, got himself the first hit off. The mortar is thrown. The artillery has been fired straight up and into the air. And just a little bit short. Almost had it. Number 2 is going to go in the same direction. Could be. Got him low already. Yeah, it's going to take him from the far distance. Great throw. And good shots coming in to deal some of the damage there, too. Gets himself the knock on towards Zoom. That was looking to, well, to start getting really strong there.
Although they've got to be careful, they are taking a decent bit of damage from that blue zone. Wago, they get taken down to about 30 or so health, but now is able to go and revive as he does look to push in. 3D Max, they're holding the edge. They are doing it in the best possible way as Airwaves are close by.
Yep, Solo is trying to stay alive. Noki is up close, so really, oh, he spotted him, but I think he was seen as well. Had to fall back now, and Noki is trying to make a cross up forward. Offstring, they're going to go down, but great game for them. Plenty of kills coming in, and they should be well satisfied with the result today.
Yeah, just throw a grenade over there. Just dip it over to where Airwaves are. You got 3 of them. Using to your advantage to help kind of push Airwaves away. Although Amorous gets 1 knockdown, but is going to get returned.
Yep, Noki is pushing further up. Mackin is there, and he's not going to be able to take the hold. Unfortunately for him, Noki secures himself a double, and that's going to be all it wrote for Airwaves, at least for this game. eXtatus, you're sitting in the center. You've been here since Circle 1. Can you pull this one off?
And 3D, great thing about them is that they survived against those squad. They got 3 kills already, and they're somewhat on their own. There's no real teams directly around them.
This is the entire hillside that we talked about earlier. It's so open, and once you're up here, especially when all these compounds are still up for grabs for teams shooting, it just makes it practically impossible to find anywhere to lay low out in those fields. Man, he gets the knock on towards Wago, and now 3D Max are the ones getting shot at.
Is this going to be 4 Kings get the game of their lives, a win for their lives? They're on 4 kills so far. They're looking to secure more kills, potentially the squad wipe on the 3D Max. But with Juno and the rest of the MJ-Esports team close by, only time will tell.
Man, he's going to push forward. He wanted to reload for a while. Still 85 bullets in the chamber. Goodbye, vehicle. I guess Nuki didn't need a vehicle for a really big open ending anyway, so that's unfortunate. Yanis gets down Glutony as the guys are trying to cross on over. We would like to see that. Marcelik is pushing on forward. Nuki has been spending a while now running up the hill, and he's going to continue to run. Pixelic goes down. That's Inside Games eliminated.
Yeah, we now have 8 teams, 24 players live, hitting the near 24-minute mark. Futbolist, a couple of members have been able to survive going across the road, but the danger is that they are completely exposed in the open, Toby.
Let's see, Ghost Owl on his own trying to stay alive. Powerful, top 8 placement. Oh, he's just going to Molotov himself too.
Yep.
Just make it even worse. He wasn't going to get out of there alive.
Hello, Darkness, my old friend. Powerful go out in 8th place. 7 teams, 22 players. PKD looking good on the edge of the circle. MJ-Esports, they have a bit of a hood, but with grenades potentially going to be flying close to their direction. One can gotta ask, is it going to be enough for them to survive?
I mean, it ain't easy, that's for sure. And depending on where this next circle shifts, that could tell the tale of who's going to prevail in this one.
Plus with 3D and 4 Kings also firing off towards MJ-Esports, they're being a little bit pinched. But now they're turning their attention towards each other as a grenade threw over.
Yep, second one is going to come up as well, either to finish off a player or not. Nope, not going to happen. Nuki was smart in falling further back down. Manny, how's the angle? Still 85 bullets at hand. He knows that they're over there somewhere. It's just a matter of being able to find him.
He's staying in that one dark. Now now he's going to secure that frag off onto Solar. Now he's just going to wait for Manny, and he does get it done. Noki gets taken out. 3D Max are eliminated, and 4Kings move on forward, push on through with more frags, more points for them to try and secure a top 10.
We'll see Futbolist. Well, a smoke and a broken vehicle, that's all they have to work with, and that's all they're gonna get to work with, at least for the time being. They do have a crate a little further up there, but I'm not sure how they should get there.
They did get a little bit of a beneficial help because the likes of MJ, 4K, and 3D were all fighting against each other. But now, as the teams have been whittled down, the players being whittled down, Enviik jumping into eXtatus.
Cateran is trying to get around the corner. Reggie's there to help as well. They did get the knock on towards Rip, so only a couple more players left to be dealt with. Cateran gets down one more. It's now 4v2 in the favor of eXtatus, and this is exactly what we want to see. Hold that composure, be able to stay put, have the calm in the storm type moments. Faye on his own alongside one more teammate. I think it's him and I can't really see Flammy. Yeah, Flammy and him trying to stay alive here.
Yeah, I like what eXtatus do. They realize they got the knockdowns. Now they are taking control of the fight. Now they're putting Enviik under extreme pressure. Grenades go flying out, bullets go flying out. They're just keeping Enviik on their toes to try and secure that squad out so they can push on forward as Faye gets knocked down. One more member of Enviik is left alive, all the while MJ-Esports get eliminated.
We say they take control, but they're spending a hell of a lot of time
True.
finishing off this fight, and with that happening, all the teams could be pushing down towards. Unfortunately for them, it's not quite the case. Double spotted down behind the vehicle. He's gonna get torn to pieces, blown up. Flammy securing at least one more, and there's just a couple more players left to be dealt with.
Oh, the blue zone is driving in. It's gonna put Flammy under extreme pressure. Gonna go in front of him. Does get one knockdown, but they do get eliminated. Can that revive come through?
Nope.
In time?
Cateran, I don't think will be able to get back up on his feet unless it really starts crawling up. Oh, wait, the circle did stop there. Yep. Never mind. It stopped right there. So he's gonna be able to get his teammate back on up. Hockey's gonna go out to get some loot. You can see how much damage the blue is doing now. Oh,
what are you doing, Hockey?
Gotta get those mets, man. Gotta get those mets.
But if you're taking damage, is it worth it?
Maybe it wasn't eights, who knows? Or smokes would make sense to pick up now.
Either way, PKD.
Genso, there used to be a head on Astral, let us know more.
Oh man, this is getting good. This is getting close. 4Kings, Futbolist, PKD, and eXtatus all left standing. 12 players, 4 teams, and average of 3.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting because Futbolist, I mean, sure, they might not be that big in numbers and they only have 2 kills so far, but they already have a win today. And, well, I mean, there's a big chance they can get, well, maybe another win, but if not, then at least a lot more points off of it. Top 4 guaranteed already.
Yeah, PKD only have 2 kills, so they're looking to add to that right now, turning their attention towards Futbolist, but they get knocked down in the process. However, Futbolist, they do get taken out by 4Kings. PKD receiving the third-party help, and Futbolist get eliminated.
Well, you are missing 4Kings this time around. They've had themselves 11 kills. Sure, it's only Phosphorate up on his feet right now, but there's a chance for him as well to, well, at least survive one placement longer. Phosphorate around the side knows that they're sitting and resting. Spots out one, nailing, able to get the knock, and gets the knock on towards one. Finds himself one more. That's a double knock coming in for Phosphorate. Such a clutch moment to 1v2 that, because now there's a chance you might even be able to res his teammate too.
Oh my god, I was thinking just go for the frags, but you are dead right. You might be able to go for the res. Why didn't you go for the revive? Oh well, either way, 4Kings go out in 3rd place, but with a great kill count.
And eXtatus might be able to pull this one off. It's a 1v1. Reggie up against MJ. Who's going to pull it off here? They were 4 alive before, but not anymore. MJ over the top. Can he do this? Or will Reggie be the one to prevail and have the chat go full hype mode?
No grenades for MJ, so he cannot throw them out and cause a bit of a red zone for Reggie. Now he's repositioning. He's got the low ground, but so is Reggie.
Yeah.
They both have an idea where each other are, but he's covering behind a rock, but he keeps on moving. He's putting Reggie under that insecure position of not really knowing where he is.
I like the idea of what MJ is doing. Oh, did he spot him? I don't think he did. He's
No,
really going aggressive, and he has no clue that smoke's on. Oh, no. Did he spot him on the vehicle? No, he didn't see him. Now the bullets are being fired by MJ, but he's not able to get the finish on in. Unfortunate for him, he's already forced in the run in the open, and Reggie has no idea what's going on anymore. These two guys are both so confused, but now they do finally see each other once more. What? It's like a big old, what do you call it, cat and mouse type game there.
it really is. Like, MJ did so well, right? We talked about it, but Reggie, he's doing well to survive. Now he's regained his composure. Now he has an idea of where MJ are. This is the face-off.
It really is. They can't get any closer than this, and they're still not peeking over. Reggie doesn't have a helmet. One bullet to the head would be all that's needed to take him down. MJ, with the angle, spots him on the other side. He's going to commit to the push around, and it's going to be the win for PKD. eXtatus, they had the chance, but with both MJ and Reggie missing a few key bullets in the end, PKD will take the win.
You know what? I'm not even disappointed. To be honest, that is probably one of my favorite finishes I've seen in this contender promos. To see that 1v1, to see those little bits of kind of reposition that both players went out, for MJ to do his absolute darndest to really confuse Reggie. Great play.
PKD gets himself a victory here in the Stage 2 finals, and this one from MilkyWay to start things off on their high kill game. Really good performance in there, and powerful as well. Look at these shots fired. Enot had no chance of reacting to that one.
Plus 4 kings. I believe they got 11 or 12 kills. That is really essential points that they need if they are going to want to look to secure a top 10 position.
For sure. I mean, they need good performances, but most importantly, they need the guys that are in front of them to not have good performances, because sure, you might get 10 kills in a game, but if the guys you're trying to catch up to get 9, then it's not really that much of a gain for you. But of course, it's far from over. We still got 3 more games left to play.
You are dead right, because Futbolist didn't have the worst game in the world. PKD, as you saw, got the win, and eXtatus finished second. So even though 4 Kings got great points, you are dead right. The team that were ahead of them also did well. So that is going to take away the impact of their performance in game 3. But the highlights coming through, Airwaves had a good game, but they just got put under too much pressure by 3D Max, who also looks strong.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good individual showings in this game, and it's when you put all these players in an area of the map that's pretty damn horrible to fight in, to be honest, and that's when you get to see all those. That's really good individual performances. Manny made the most of his weapon there. The M249 is great for those up-close engagements. Never have to reload, and you can take the engagements all the way forward as you please. Fastword found himself a double in the compound. MJ practically naded himself, and then eXtatus, when leaving the compound here, almost got... look at
that. I know that headshot, right?
Yeah, that was just brutal. Absolutely brutal.
I would actually say it was poetic, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was poetic.
Yeah, to a certain extent. There's a certain level of poesy to good connections like that. Kaidaran went down, and then MJ here. What a great performance by him, all by himself in the end of things. He almost lost his entire team as Phosphorus got himself a double on his teammates. It looked grim for a second there, but he got taken down, and then in the very end, finishing off the game with just 1 HP, stays alive there. 3 teams, 0 points, inside games, and SEEKORG, they're down low.
And Simply Simple as well, who had 2 good games, not ending things on a strong note in this game 3. But this is atop the table. I thought 14 kills for 4 Kings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insane game for them, and for MilkyWay as well. It didn't even break top 8, and they got 10 kills in the game. Very, very, very impressive feat from them. And eXtatus is getting second. Well, they go down in third, and PKD, because of their kill count, didn't manage to really go up and above 4 Kings. 14 kills, as you said. Very impressive feat from a team that we haven't really seen been that aggressive.
No. But, like, we know they have it in them, right? We know that they can pull in the performance, that they can pull out those frags when they get given a chance. They just hadn't shown it right now. But PKD, eXtatus, head-to-head, quite similar when it came to damage and kills.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that far from one another, and also they played somewhat similar positions throughout it. I mean, they were constantly shooting at at everything they possibly could, pretty much. And I mean, it goes to show right there. Phosphorus 8 kills for 4 Kings, very impressive to see. And Zuma as well. Zuma had, I mean, he just single-handedly slaughtered all of YMCA.
As far as I know, it's either equal, if not the highest individual kill feed for one game.
Could
for
be.
a player.
Could be. For,
as far as I know.
For the city. Yeah,
as
could
far
be.
as I know. I think it was 7 previously. So fast forward. Give yourself a pat on the back. Great performance.
But as you can see there, we still got 3 more games left to play, guys. But before that, we'll throw it to a short break. So do us a favor, stick around, and we will indeed be right back.